name's Xavier, this is Gabby, this is Emily, and our illustrator project was on Maurice Sendak, and here's our brochure talking about Maurice, a couple books that he did, and some citations on the back. Okay, a little bit about Maurice. He was born on June 10th, 1921. He unfortunately passed away on May 12th, 2012. And Sendak grew up with a passion for drawing due to his parents dying at a young age, and all of his illustrations are about like kind of dark and not really intended for kids, but it is. And anyways, in the late 1940s, he got a job illustrating children's books, and he's illustrated more than 80 books. And then some of his awards that he has, and the most standing out one was the 1964 Caldecott Medal winner for his book Where the Wild Things Are, and there's a couple other awards listed.
Our favorite book by Maurice was Where the Wild Things Are. We absolutely loved this book because without text on the pages, we still loved the illustrations, and you can see all the emotions of the characters. Our favorite line from the book was, "And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him." But we absolutely loved this book that was about Max and his wild, crazy imagination, and just where his journey goes with his imagination. Some of the critical comments for this book is we thought this book was a great way to show students and young children that it's okay to not always feel okay, and that it is critical that you have a way to express your feelings. For example, in this book, he uses his imagination to express the anger he has, so just always finding that balance of expressing your emotions. And then for our lesson plan, it will be a science lesson, and students will find and identify adaptations of the wild things from this book, and they will write the purpose of that adaptation and also draw it.
Some of the other books written by Maurice Sendak include Chicken Soup with Rice, which talks about all of the different months of the year and how Chicken Soup with Rice always makes each month very fun. Blowing Once, Blowing Twice, Blowing Chicken Soup with Rice. Another one is Alligators All Around, which is an alphabet book going from A to Z, using alligators to describe a verb and a noun using that starting letter. In the Night Kitchen is about a boy named Mickey who falls out of bed and flies all the way to the Milky Way to get milk for the morning cake, and so it's a fun book for kids to know the importance of helping others and how a small gesture can go. Miles, and then Bumble Artie is a rhyming book about a pig named Bumble Artie who has a huge party and doesn't clean up after himself, so it's reiterating the importance of respecting other people's space. And then The Sign on Rosie's Door is about a group of kids who are all hanging out in the summer and have a lot of fun adventures. They get together in the backyard and do a lot of performances, so it's illuminating the importance of expressing your imagination and that it is your best adventure.
And then we have Pierre, A Cautionary Tale, and this is one of our groups that we wanted to highlight, one of the books that we wanted to highlight, and my favorite line was, "I'll take you there." Then everyone looked at Pierre, who shouted, "Yes, I indeed care." And so this shows the progression of Pierre, who in the beginning didn't say, he said "I don't care" to his parents, to the ones that he truly loved, and so that passage just shows the growth that he made, and illustrations in the book are exceptional. And then we have Very Far Away. So Martin asks his mother a simple question, and he comes to realize that she's too busy to answer it, and so he goes on this journey, and essentially it's the same as the Wild Things Are, but it teaches a lesson that no matter where you go, home's going to be home, and that it's not always green on the other side.
And then our last two was One was Johnny, and this is all about learning how to count from numbers 1 through 10 using fun rhymes, so it's a great way to practice counting. And then our last book was Outside Over There, and this was all about being there for your family and your friends, and just a wonderful lesson about being a great role model for your younger siblings.
And then here are the citations for our books, and then here's some citations for the information we got on Maurice, and then here's a quick video we're going to play.
This is an interview where Maurice Sendak talks about the overall theme of his stories, which include being there for children who don't have a very prominent parent figure.
What's the theme then?
The theme then is, how does a kid get through an occasion when he or she is all by him or herself without the aid and assistance of an adult?
And the answer?
It could be that they make out as best they can. And in 1960s, when I did The Wild Things, it was a middle-class kid, like I was, just having a temper tantrum in the cozy comfort of his home. And he blows up and his mother blows right back up at him, and he didn't quite expect that. And she has the power over him, so she puts him in his room. What does a kid do who all power is taken away from him? How does he get back? In actuality, he can't. He has to wait till he's released and he's fed. Wild Thing says that in that particular moment, which takes all of 2 seconds, he has a humongous fantasy of rage and gets even. And that
So this just encompasses Maurice Sendak's entire book collection, that it's okay to have these feelings, but you need to deal with them in a positive way. And thanks for learning about Maurice Sendak with us.
Thank you.